Imagine a world without China. What would it look like? How would it function? These questions might seem abstract, but they open a window into understanding the profound influence China has on our global society. This thought experiment is more than just an intellectual exercise. It challenges us to consider the intricate web of connections that bind our world together, many of which are anchored by China's presence. It allows us to understand the profound impact of this ancient civilization. From the Great Wall to the Silk Road, China's historical contributions have shaped the course of human history in countless ways. We will explore this hypothetical world by examining various aspects. Imagine the timeline of global events without China's influence, the shifts in power, and the changes in cultural exchanges. History, economics, technology, politics, culture, and the environment will all be considered. Each of these domains has been significantly shaped by China's contributions, innovations, and policies. This is not to say that the world would be inherently worse off without China. Rather, it would be a world that developed along a different trajectory with different leaders, technologies, and cultural norms. But it would be undeniably different. The absence of China's influence would create a ripple effect, altering the course of history and the development of societies around the globe. The absence of such a significant force would leave a void felt across the globe. Economies would be different, technological advancements might lag, and cultural exchanges would take on new forms. Let us delve into this alternate reality and explore its implications. By doing so, we can better appreciate the interconnectedness of our world and the pivotal role that China plays in it. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting East and West, would not exist without China. This ancient network facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture for centuries. Its absence would have significantly impacted global trade and cultural diffusion. Without the Silk Road, the West would have had limited access to silk, spices, and porcelain from the East. The exchange of knowledge would also be hindered. Advancements in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine might have been delayed or non-existent. The world would be a less connected place. China's contributions to technology are significant. The ancient Chinese civilization was a cradle of innovation, giving birth to numerous inventions that have shaped the course of human history. Among these, gunpowder and the printing press stand out as monumental achievements that have left an indelible mark on the world. Gunpowder, the compass, and paper all originated in China. These inventions were not just technological marvels, they were transformative forces that altered the very fabric of societies across the globe. Gunpowder revolutionized warfare, the compass changed navigation forever, and paper became the medium through which knowledge was preserved and disseminated. These inventions had a profound impact on warfare, navigation, and the dissemination of knowledge. Imagine a world where battles were fought without the thunderous roar of cannons, where sailors navigated the seas without the guiding needle of a compass, and where books were a rarity, painstakingly copied by hand. Without gunpowder, warfare would have taken a different trajectory. Armies would have continued to rely on swords, bows, and other melee weapons, leading to prolonged and more brutal conflicts. The development of siege tactics and fortifications would have evolved differently, potentially delaying the rise of modern nation-states. The development of firearms and cannons would have been delayed or might not have happened at all. This would have had a cascading effect on military strategy and the balance of power among nations. The absence of gunpowder weapons could have meant that certain empires and kingdoms might have lasted longer, while others might never have risen to prominence. Navigation would be significantly different without the compass. Mariners would have had to rely on the stars, coastal landmarks, and rudimentary maps, making long-distance sea voyages far more perilous. The age of exploration might have been delayed, altering the course of history and the discovery of new lands. Exploration and trade routes would have been less efficient and more perilous. The establishment of trade networks that connected distant parts of the world would have been slower, impacting the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. The global economy as we know it today might have developed very differently. The printing press, a direct descendant of Chinese woodblock printing, revolutionized the spread of information. Before its invention, books were rare and expensive, accessible only to the elite. The printing press democratized knowledge, making books and pamphlets available to a much wider audience, fueling education and literacy. Without it, the Renaissance and the scientific revolution might have been significantly hampered. The rapid dissemination of new ideas and discoveries would have been stifled, potentially delaying advancements in art, science, and philosophy. The world as we know it, rich in knowledge and innovation, owes much to these ancient Chinese inventions. China's impact on the global economy is undeniable. It is the world's second-largest economy and a manufacturing powerhouse. Its absence would create a significant void in global supply chains. Countries like Brazil and Australia, heavily reliant on exporting raw materials to China, would face economic hardship. The global demand for commodities would plummet, leading to economic instability. The absence of Chinese manufacturing would also be felt worldwide. Consumer goods would become more expensive and harder to obtain. Section 5. A different political landscape, power dynamics unbalanced. China's rise as a global power has shifted the geopolitical landscape. Its absence would create a power vacuum with unpredictable consequences. The United States would remain a superpower but without its primary competitor. This might lead to complacency or a more assertive foreign policy. Regional powers like Japan and India might fill the void left by China, potentially leading to new conflicts. The global balance of power would be fundamentally different. Section 6. Cultural and philosophical absence, a world without Confucius or Kung Fu. China's cultural and philosophical contributions are vast. From Confucianism to Kung Fu, Chinese culture has enriched the world for millennia. The Lunar New Year, celebrated by millions worldwide, would be absent. Chinese cuisine, a staple in many countries, would be non-existent. Philosophies like Confucianism and Taoism, which have influenced thought for centuries, would be missing. The world would be culturally less diverse and vibrant. Section 7. Environmental shifts, a world demographically different. China is the world's most populous country. Its absence would significantly impact global demographics and, consequently, the environment. With 1.4 billion fewer people on the planet, the environmental impact would be noticeable. Deforestation, pollution, and resource depletion might be less severe. However, the industrialization of other nations to fill the void left by China might create new environmental challenges. The overall impact is difficult to predict with certainty. Section 8. Conclusion. A world less intertwined. A world without China is a world less connected, less technologically advanced, and culturally less diverse. China has been a significant player in the technological advancements that shape our daily lives. From the smartphones we use to the intricate networks that keep us connected, China's contributions are immense. Imagine a world where these innovations never existed, where the pace of technological progress is significantly slower. The cultural impact is equally profound. Chinese festivals, traditions and art forms have enriched the global cultural landscape, offering a unique blend of history and modernity. Its absence would leave a void felt across the globe, impacting everything from global trade to the environment. The global supply chain, heavily reliant on Chinese manufacturing, would face unprecedented disruptions. Products we take for granted might become scarce and prices could skyrocket. The environmental impact is another critical aspect. China's efforts in renewable energy and environmental conservation play a crucial role in global sustainability. Without these contributions, the fight against climate change would be even more challenging. This thought experiment highlights the undeniable influence of China on the world stage. International relations would be drastically different, with global summits and diplomatic efforts missing a key player. The balance of power would shift, leading to a more fragmented and less cooperative international community. Business collaborations and international agreements would lose a significant partner, affecting economic stability and growth worldwide. It underscores the interconnectedness of nations and the importance of understanding and appreciating different cultures. Cultural exchanges and educational programs that foster mutual respect and understanding would be less vibrant. The richness of learning from diverse perspectives would diminish, making the world a less inclusive place. The collaborative spirit that drives innovation and progress would suffer as the exchange of ideas and knowledge becomes more limited. While the world without China might function, it would undoubtedly be a lesser one, lacking the richness and complexity that China brings to the global tapestry. The absence of Chinese cultural artifacts, historical contributions, and modern innovations would create a noticeable gap. The world would lose a vital source of creativity, resilience, and inspiration. In essence, a world less intertwined with China is a world that misses out on the full spectrum of human potential and achievement.